Ni aje? Karibu sana. Kwa majina ni Omudi the Hamis ama Omudi Hamis. O-M-U-D-I. Usiseme Omondi, nisema Omudi. Omudi the Hamis hapa. Karibu kwenye kipindi changu cha Pesa Money. Pesa Money hapa tunataka tupige tu ma stories kuhusu pesa, of course, money na ma stories kadha wa kadha. That will include everything, It will include religion, politics, juznaingiana, alafu na mostly chapa. So in short, tutakuwa tunabonga sana kuhusu geopolitics. Geopolitics, religion na siasa. Siasa, geopolitics na religion. Siasa, geopolitics, religion. Hizo vitu zinaingilianaga. If you talk about water, una talk about geopolitics. When you talk about oil, unaongea geopolitics. Ukiongea kuhusu dhahabu, ni geopolitics. Ile kitu hesabiki hapo ni hewa tu. Hata shamba na kanyaga, the land you're stepping on, the so-called country you're calling Kenya. Hiyo pia ni geography na siasa. Sasa, alright, karibu sana mwenzangu. Hii ni safari nataka tuanze mimi na wewe. Na vile nimekuelezea, kipindi ni Pesa Money. So, tutakuwa tunasaidiana. Hakuna mtu tajiri, hakuna mtu maskini. Kila mtu ako na kiwango chake. Just like these hands, ama my fingers, hakuna yenye, zote ziko na height tofauti tofauti. So huwezi sema huyu na huyu ni, as long as you are growing, going to the same direction. That's how Kenyans should come about life. But in that same direction, naona zimeshikana, kumaanisha kuna some unity. You must form some conform. You must be conformed. Hata kama mko different heights, you must conform in the same direction. So that's what we are going to do here. Nitakuwa najaribu kukuunganisha kama to think in the same direction. Tukisaidiana, yani tusizame, tusisote kwa shimo moja. Ukiona niko wrong na niko correct, kama wewe uko wrong na niko correct, hapo kwa comments. Because naweza jua kitu wewe hujui na wewe unajua kitu that I don't even know. So here in Pesa Money, I want to introduce this entity that we call God. Sasa venye mimi na understand na venye itaingiliana na siasa na religion, ndio wewe na mimi tusaidiane kutackle nini hiki tunaitwa life, man, because life is so tough. Life is tough na hakuna mtu ana understand why is it tough, why should it be tough. Hakuna njia yenye tunaweza correct. Everybody is confused. So tutasaidiana hapa kwa kipindi cha Pesa Money, because many believe of God, and I'm a believer of the Bible. I'm a Christian. And I was joking with my kids. Naambia, maze, kuna verse kwa Bible kwa Ecclesiastic. Is it Ecclesiastic 10 or 9 that talks about money? Yeah, I read somewhere. So inasema, wine is for Mary, but money is the answer to everything. Yeah. So Pesa Money, tutakuwa tunabonga about money. Ama how to go about it. Ama what is it? Defining money. Nini, because hiyo yote ndio define hizo pumbavu tuna undergo hapa duniani. Vita, kuchukiana, kusetiana, kuumizana. And you feel so good hurting someone else. Why is it so? Why are we all narcissists? Tuko na roho chafu kwa nini? So Mungu amenibless, amenileta hapa. Nimekuwa na passion ya kuongelesha, nikuongelesha wewe kama Mkenya. Because, this is the only way I can talk to you. I really want to talk to you and feel how you feel. Niseme chenye unasema na mimi niseme chenye, and vice versa. I want us to interact. I want us to show some love. Tumepitia mengi. Na hapa hivi tunasaidiana, man. This is the platform. I welcome you again. And I'll be on YouTube and TikTok most of the time. That's where you'll be finding these clips. I'll be doing them every single day here. I'll try to. So Pesa Money is the program, and I'm here to be talking about everything concerning religion, politics, and geopolitics. Yeah. So I've introduced my fellow Kenyans, mahasla pale chini kwa Kiswahili. Wewe pia wa kizungu pia nimekuintroduce. Asante sana. My name is Omudi the Hamis. Hi. We go to church every Sunday. Muslims go to mosque nearly every day to worship God. But how do you understand this entity called God? God ni nini, ni nani? Unamwonaje? Once we answer that question, tutakuwa tumemove a step ahead ya watu wengine ama races zingine. And as a Kenyan, mimi venye understand religion, mimi nimepitishwa through religion ya Pentecostal, and I've lived around Muslims pia. I've seen a lot of similarities in the religion, so that led me to be curious about life, to be curious about everything. So ndio nataka kushare some experience na nyinyi ndio tujue. So me God venye namjua, God hana definition. He's an entity, it's an entity that can't be defined by anything. You can't, yani iko tu, yani it's so huge, it's so magnificent, it's so magical, it's so everything. Huh? So that's how I define my God. That's how I define God. And God had or has workers, has other entities that help him around, you know. And in my view, mi naaminingi God akona watoi, sisi ni wajukuu wake. I usually don't believe we're his children. I believe sisi ni wajukuu wake. It can only take a grandfather difficulty in punishing his grandchildren. Lakini kama ni mtoto wake direct, tutaona kama anampunish direct. So we believe kuna entities between us and God. Na si angels. We believe ni watoi. God akona watoi wengi. But favorite ni mmoja. That's how the religious books are trying to define it, or have been trying to define it. Na mi pia naamini hivyo. Religion ni mob. Ilianza Greece. Greece ndio ilikuwa na the first religion. Karuka Greece, kenda Rome ikakuwa the Great Roman Empire, I believe. From the Roman religion ikakuja kwa hizi zingine sasa, the Catholics, the Pentecostal, na pia za African pia kuna religion. Voodoo is a religion. Voodoo ni the believing or unabonga na God, but unatumia spirits to do that. The spirits of dead people, dead relatives. To be specific ni kutumia juju, yani kutumia juju kufufua ma relatives wako wenye dead. So they can't operate in physical life. So they borrow a body. Inaweza kuwa ni mwili yako. Unasikia mtu wako possessed, mtu amenunua majini. So that's a voodoo. You seek help, ama spiritual help or any kind of help, but you use spirits of dead relatives. That's voodoo. It's a religion, a very strong one, in and around Africa, even outside. Voodoo is closely related to Wicca. Wicca is also a religion. Wicca ni religion ya wazungu, pagans. Ndio pagans na watu wali practice voodoo huwa wanaingiliana because they tend to be very similar, hata in ritual and in, but they are not similar. Because voodoo people wanaamini in our God, wanaamini in one God, but to reach him now the method they are using ndio tofauti. That's what defines religion. Tunafikia to the same God, but we are using different paths. That's what religion is to me. And religion, in my view, according to my little knowledge, religion ilianzia heaven. That's what I always believe. When a faction of those who were close to God, or the children of God, the sons of God, they rebelled. Well, you realize, see pia tunaweza unda what God can create if we put in the work. We can be smart like him. So wakataka kumrebel, oppose, kupendua serikali yake. They failed. They were thrown out of heaven. And that's how politics started. That's how religion started. That those who can follow the God's way, those who can still follow God, but through our way. Or, do this and that. You can just go to his children and not him. Sasa unabudu tu Mungu wengi hapa. His children are around 8. So you worship them, all of them, plus you are your father, but you don't recognize the Almighty, our grandfather, our Almighty, our heavenly Father. Ule mwenye sasa ndio bazu mwenyewe. You tend not to recognize them, so you do not regard the first commandment, thou shalt not worship other gods. It's really important to safeguard that principle, whereby none should be worshipped except who? The Almighty. If you want to go through him, you can use his son, his favorite son. Huh? That's what he said, his messenger. So, here's the question. How to your God? Are they in spirit form or physical form? Because to understand those who rebelled, kama we ni pasi sijui nini una think you understand. For you to understand those who rebelled, the sons of God who rebelled him, they were sons of God, but when they rebelled, they were turned into something that we call demons. A demon is just a son of God, but who rebelled. Mungu akamcurse. So the curse is what turns them into a demon. Now, these demons realize that they can make a kingdom, or they can create God's best creation. That's hue, human. Human. The word hue is color. Hue, black. Black people are referred as the people of color, or hue. People of hue. So you are a human. Wewe ni directly related to God. But his sons who rebelled, the demons, wanted to create a parallel creature who can rival his creature. That's you, human. So they made this creature. And these creatures look like humans, but are not humans. Ndio sasa huwa ina originate, ama the word racism originates from. Like, it's a race between two creations. The God's creation and then God's creation. So who are these God's creation and ungod's creation? That one we'll discuss in detail later on. As for now, let's go back to our gods. I always believe, just like many religions behind, the religions that came and went, that our religions they look alike. They're the same. They're the same. All these religions except modern religions, like the religions we practice right now, all the other religions believed that our parents were planets. All right? That's a fact. If you study the Greek religion, utafuta dini. Misiongelee kuhusu dini fulani. Mimi naongelea za religion as an entity. Kila kitu. Wewe una practice huyu, una practice hii, sitaki kujua. Religion ni religion. These religions are defined by these planets, the difference in them. Like he ni he. Hizo zinadefiniwa, differences zinadefiniwa na the different planets that many other religions believed were now the children of God directly. Now us, tuna report to them, or rather to one or two, maximum three, But there's only one, his favorite, called the messenger. We are the favorite, that's our Almighty, who created these planets. So let's define the planets. Jana ilikuwa ni Sunday. Nilikuwa natembea asubuhi. So kuna chuo fulani mupitia. Hiyo chuo hapo hivyo kuna base fulani. Kuna kwa gana wasudi hivi kiasi. Kuna msudi mmoja amesema, mumjua ni msudi. Jana amesema na kitisho imeandikwa free hug hapo kwa gate. So I thought it was a joke, kama ni t-shirt tu amevaa. Unajua. So I shouted as I walked past him that, hey, free hug. So after I had passed him, ndio akainua mkono. Yeah. So I thought it was a joke. Kwenda mbele, nikaangalia nyuma, nikapata bado amefanya hivi mkono widen. Guy. Sikurudi. I went. I could click. Sijui kwa nini could click. So after kufika home, nika realize, that kid needed a hug. I denied him a hug. Yeah. Yani, I could click. Yani, I didn't have the easiness ya kufikiria ya kwamba mtu akifanya hivi ameandikwa pa free hug anataka mimi. He was a boy, yeah? He was around a teenager hivi. So I asked myself, wait a minute, do Kenyans hug? Do we hug? Si tukitembeaga barabarani nini, do we hug people we know? And is it a real hug? Ile hug ya I'm hugging someone ama what is a hug? Because for you to understand a hug in African or other races, to understand this topic I'm talking about, history, planets, now Almighty God, now us. Africans don't hug because we are considered a hot race. We are hot. Huh? Hata population yetu na controliwanga because we are horny, in short. That's the street name. And we are ever horny. African people, mostly people who live along the equator. What tuko na nyege full time. This is because of tuko na high magnetism. Our location, the temperature is hot. Yeah, Africa is hot. Kenya is hot. And for that reason, we are more sensitive. We are more sensitive. Nyege ni mob. Mtu ni sensitive. That plays a role in us being shy in this thing called hugging. We never hug. People who are in cold areas, it's easier for them to hug because they don't have this hotness. They don't have the sun. So, is it a blessing or a curse? People must hug. Kenyans, hugging is good for other reasons. Serotonin, rise of dopamine. Hugging releases those. Hug deeply. Kama itaku turn on, look for people whom you respect. But hugging is irrespective. Okay, amka nini, make sure. Just don't talk. Enda tu ita mtu yote, hata kama ni mshamba, mwambie sikiza, stand up, hug. Teach your kids how to hug. And that is how you will connect, because we are one. If you understand how human race is connected, there's a big connection between the human race and this thing called fungi. Mushrooms. There's a fungi network all over the earth. Kama ujui. Mushroom inaweza mea anywhere, bora kuna good condition. Nothing tells it to mea hapa. Because hapo chini kuna network, a mesh of fungi. So that's how humans should be connected. Kama to internet. Mzungu amekuja ametuconnect manually. Ndio tushikane. But we are supposed to network by shikana. Hug. I'm so sorry I didn't hug that boy. I really regret that. So back to our planets. For those who have gone through school, kidogo tu umepitia shule, you know the solar system. Solar system unaijua vizuri bana. Sema ujue solar system. Solar system ni planets na ziko 8. One thing you should understand. This religion imetoka kuongelea saizi, they worshipped these planets believing that they're children of God because it might be true. They might be the children of God. And I like naming them. I've done some little research. And if you understand the solar system or the planets I'm going to read, you'll understand Kenya, you'll understand our politics, you'll understand why we are this way. Utaelewa kila kitu, and you'll understand why life is the way it is. Kawaida sina mnajua, we have the classical planets na major planets. Zenye zilikuwa discovered tu juzi. The first classical planets, of course, ni Moon, na Mercury, Venus, Sun, Mars, Jupiter na Saturn. Alafu major planets za juzi ilikuwa Uranus, Neptune na Pluto. Those are 9. Pluto is like a small one, a small one, dwarf planet. Dwarf planet, see full planet. These planets zina play a big role kwa wewe Mkenya. Usijifanye ushikanishi. Ukisoma gazeti, buy a newspaper, there's a place called Stars. Umechorewa a star, Virgo, Aquarius, kama yangu ni Aquarius, umeandikiwa Leo. If you understand, if you've seen those words, astrology, ama cosmology, ama anything to do with the space and the planets, you should understand this is what is driving you. Your spiritual part, ama your spiritual side of life, ndi inakuvutia kwa hiyo side ya kupenda planet. Ama kupenda tu solar system, umeza mtoi anapenda tu aingie tu kwa rocket, aende kwa space. Aina ya obsessed na space na hata huko hakuna kitu ya maana yenye anaweza kwenda kuletea. This is because we have a big connection to the universe, na ndio hivyo nakwambia. We are controlled by those beings. That's why walami wako obsessed na planets. Ni wa Kenya tu hawataki kujua story ya solar system. And again, I'll tell you why. It's because Africa is very close to the sun. Very, very, very. It's hot. And this is defined by those planets. And planets define our races. Planets define our tribes. Now, that's how you need to understand life. Kama Mkenya, what controls tribalism, racism? Ni planets. What controls religion differences? Planets. The ones I've read here. From the moon to the Mercury to the Venus, Sun, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. Then we have Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. All these heavenly bodies define those three things: religion, tribalism, and racism. Sasa ndio tunataka kurudi hivyo sasa nyuma utaelewa. Hiyo kabila inakuwa gani hivi? It all comes from the planets. And it's defined by our very powerful prayer. If you are a Christian, define a very powerful prayer called the Lord's Prayer. Lord's Prayer is a very powerful prayer, my dear Kenyan. Nakupenda sana, so acha nikuchanue kidogo. There's a third line inasema, as it happens in heaven, so it shall happen down here. That line is very powerful. That's a powerful line. What it means is that if there's peace in heaven or among the planets, so be there peace here in here on planet Mother Earth. So Mother Earth is the modern or the current reflection of the universe. Mother Earth is a new mirror. Mother Earth is a planet. It's not. I've not mentioned among planets I've mentioned, by the way, if you've not realized. I've just mentioned Moon, Mercury, Venus, Sun, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. Then Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. I haven't mentioned, and this is from Wikipedia. This is information from Wikipedia. I haven't seen or read Earth, because Earth is the modern day mirror. Mother Earth is a reflection of the universe. Mama and Ameza. She's the uterus. She's the one carrying the uterus. What gave birth to the universe, or what gave birth to humanity. That's why we call her Mother Nature. You're a mother if you have a uterus. If you're giving birth, that's what's happening. Yeah. For those who, when you want watoto, you can adopt. But the essence of any religion need their mother. Mama and a defined religion. Now, a defined religion through the male. Anatumia male, wewe peleke religion yangu, wewe naye peleke religion yangu, but zote zinaserve tu. We are all, it's the same message. Ni kama tu upeane message, shika iwe patia watoto wako na shika ipatia watoto wako. That's what brings us differently. That's what makes us go different ways when it comes to religion and other stuffs and tribe. Hizi planets, hii Wikipedia inasemaje? In astrology, planets have a meaning different from the astronomical understanding. What a planet is. Before the age of, I'll repeat that. In astrology, planets have a meaning different from the astronomical understanding of what a planet is. Before the age of telescopes, the night sky was thought to consist of two very similar components: the fixed stars, which remained motionless in relation to each other, and moving objects, the wandering stars. So that's the brief history in astrology. So the listed below are the specific meanings and domains associated with the astrological planets since ancient times, with the main focus on the Western astrological tradition. The planets in Hindu astrology are known as the Navagraha. So there is Hindu, literally the 9 planets, with the addition of 2 shadow bodies, Rahu and Ketu. In Chinese, there's Chinese way of calling them. There's the Roman way, the Greek way, which I started with before, and I've listed them here. So these planets or heavenly bodies have energies based on, or have powers based on what our Almighty God gave them. Sasa unasikia huyu alipewa powers za kufanya hivi na hivi na hivi. Na nani? Na Mwenyezi Mungu. Huyu alipewa hii na hii. So watoto wa huyu wako na kipawa cha hii. That's how the world goes. Usiwahi danganywa tu. Ukisikia people like Luos, they're so good with metallurgy. It's for a reason. It's for a reason. Si ati mtu anaamka tu hivi. Huwezi toka Tuko tu. If you know what your planet is, you will know how to worship God properly. You will know why people say Jesus is the way to our heavenly God. You understand? Because Jesus was the messenger and the favorite son of God. And it's very easy. Hata siku lazima struggle. If once you understand that, why religion or Christianity is the way it is, why Islam is the way it is, and yet they have some similarities. You will have a very easy thing and a very easy life. And maana unaona Afrika waambiwangi vitu kama hizi. But I'm here to open your eyes, ndio usisumbuane pia na serikali. Once you understand these things in my programs, you understand why it's even important to respect your government, to respect the president, who is President Ruto at the moment. And by the way, all these stories are somehow glorifying Dr. Ruto. I really like the president very much. That's a guy I really love. And it's all connected to what I'm telling you, because it will explain everything that you don't understand. Nashanganga, unaye mbona naitwanga ni mtu mbaya nini na ndio unasikia amepewa mafuta kuongoza Kenya. It's very easy. So at number 1, we'll start with the sun. The sun is the giver of life. We or other planets are lined up to get what the sun is emitting or giving. Sidharau jua kabisa. So the sun is the first child. Mtu asikudanganye. Jua ni mtoto wa Mwenyezi Mungu. Jua si Mungu. Jua ni mtoto wa Mwenyezi Mungu, kiumbe cha Mungu. Yeye alizaliwa na twin sister anaitwa Moon. Moon ni twin sister, but yeye hakupewa uwezo wa kutoa maisha, but anaweza kureflect what the brother is giving, mwangaza. Sasa yeye ana protect watu. She's supposed to look over or reflect what's happening during the night. No, mama lalangi. The moon is a mother. So that's what's happening. After the sun now, anafuatana, after the sun and the moon, tunaonanga huwa kuna kogana between the men and the women. Huwa kuna mvutano, unasiaga feminist, wanavutana because now that's the notion. Hapo ndio hiyo theory litokea ya kwamba moon, who is a woman, the first woman, moon, na sun, the first male, wako the same level. So that's where the feminism thing comes in. They're all equal, because it's believed to be that they are twins, or the sun came out first, akachukua powers fulani na huyo akachukua powers fulani. Si ati moon pia hana powers, akona uwezo mwingi sana. Tutakwambia baadaye. After the moon sasa ni kioo. That's the first mirror. Mirror was created by her. The moon. Anaitwa zingine Artemis. Isoma hii Wikipedia. Sasa ndio nakuja kwa sun. Sun pia ni powerful. Yeye ndio giver of life. Everybody. Bila yeye akifunga tu macho wiki moja, tumeraruliwa sisi sote. Yeye ndo anatumulika. Ni mwangaza wake. Now that's what we call the kingdom of God. It's a special place in the universe. Mungu alisema tu hapa, jua, I've given you one thing. Protect these people. Give them life. I'm giving you the power to give them life. Yeah. Bila jua, there's no grass. There's no cow. There's no photosynthesis. The basis of life ni photosynthesis. Hapo sasa ndio ukikula mboga unapata nguvu. Ng'ombe kikula ama kuku you eat what it has eaten, which is the plant. So that is the power of the sun, the giver of life, calories, vitality. Wezi nyonji bila jua. So jua ni muhimu. Watu wa chakula. Watoi wake ni modern day Bantus. People who like farming. Watu wako associated na shamba, kulima. Yeah. Haya. The sun na moon wako na step brothers. Wa kwanza, favorite ni Hermes, Mercury. Sasa Mercury is the reason why nakwambia it's very important that you respect and love President Dr. Ruto. Mpende. Hata kama yeye akupendi, don't give a shit. If you want to succeed, and that is the basis of this channel, pesa money. Pesa money means money, yeah? And the person who is in charge of money, passes, finances, ni nani? Mercury. Mercury is the god of messengers, the god of marathoners, because yeye wala koteke because of the sun. You know, the sun is, planets rotate around the sun, eh? So that speed, mwenye ako karibu, unajua zile ziko mbali zenda polepole because it's far. Hii radius ni far. Tuzunguke sun. It's far. We take, look at Earth iko number 3 na inachukua 365 days kuzunguka. So mimi nizunguke haraka nikienda wapi, It's far. But mtu ako karibu na sun, amechomeka, ni mweusi, watoto wake ni weusi, watoto wake ni waskini, wanaitwa Omudi the Hermes, because yeye anaitwa Mercury. Mercury in Greek ama ni Roman. Acha naangalia kwa hii karatasi yangu ya Wikipedia. I love facts. Kama sio chat GPT itakuwa ni hii. I like Wikipedia, chat GPT, because they give you facts. They give you factual things. Mercury, Roman, so Roman religion, ngoja. Hermes, is it Greek? I'm trying to find out if it's Greek or if it's Greek. Oh, here you go. I've lost the paper. Anyway, I believe it's a Greek religion. In Greek, we call him Hermes. Hermes now, ni Jamwanduki. Yeye wako fast, tunafuatana na sun. If you've studied a little bit of astrology, uta realize ukiwa na telescope, tunaona dot ka black very close to the sun. Jua iko hapa na ako tu hapa. Jua ikipotea jioni, that's the only time you can see Mercury. Because jioni sasa wakati jua inazama, ndio nakaunanga mnyuma ya sun. Pio kanafuata. Jua ikizama tu nako kanafuatanga saa hiyo. That's Mercury. Msewanduki. Very fast. This is the god of messengers, god of marathoners, akina Omanyala, Oswanduki, waso kutembea, love walking Kambas. Wakamba nyinyi mnafaa kuheshimu sana Dr. Ruto. Hata sijui kwa nini mnasumbua na story ya Kalonzo. If you love walking, wewe utaki kukaa chini, unapenda tu kuhustle, yani going up and down, to make what? Cheddars. Then your protector is a person who has been used as a reincarnation. These spiritual beings that occupy this planet can possess men. Like in Greek religion ikianza, that was what was happening. Like in Hercules, nani walikuwa byproducts, yeah? The gods, ama angels, na sisi. Na zaana. Hata chapter 6, Genesis chapter 6 imeongelea about the gods kuzaana na humans. Hata God anakasirika sana. So that's what has been happening. So that's if you look at Mercury, his children are dark-skinned, black kabisa, juu ya jua, umechomeka. They're closer to the sun. The Sudanese, they're tall and slender. Mercury ni slender because ni Mswanduki, Mofara. Watu wake ni Cushites na Nilotes. Also, plain Nilotes, Highland Nilotes, and Cushites. Nyinyi baba yenyu nani? Hermes. Is a messenger, favorite of God, and mtoto favorite kabisa. Alafu kuna hizo zingine sa Venus ni Afro girl, kasa Kenyan girl. Any African girl, your deity is Venus. V and us. Nimesema tu hivyo, vagina na anus. Hivyo hata usiende mbali, wala mweje kudanganya. Ni V na us, Venus. Sasa Venus ni namba ngapi? Sun number 1, 2 ni moon, after moon Mercury. After Mercury unakuja Earth na Venus. After Venus ndio sasa unakuja kwa Mother Earth. Mwenye sasa saina na tu Linda. Yeah. But Mother Earth from the sun, you one number 3. Earth number 3. So number 3 is the lucky number of anybody or anything on planet Earth. Number 4 is planet Mars. Hiyo inakuwaga number 4. If you go to China, you look at their flag, it's red. Planet Mars is red in color. If you ask them, what is your lucky number, you Chinese people? They'll tell you it's number 4 because of their parent, the god of war. Ni mwanaume huyo. Mars is a man. Napenda vita sana. Anachokozwaga, yet is the god of war. He loves war. Anaga maneno, lakini akiamka, his blood is very bad. After number 4, then you go to number 5. Number 5 sasa hapo ni Jupiter. Jupiter symbol yake, the symbol that represents Jupiter, one letter Z. Sasa ukishafika kwa Jupiter is so big. Yeye ndiye to protect planets za ndani from planets za nje. Ndio maana alipewa size kubwa. Kwa Biblia angel inampossess nafikiri ni wanasemaga ni Michael, Angel Michael, I think, because yeye ndiye alikuwa kama the guardian of the galaxy, the prince of the heavenly host. So I always believe it's Michael. So that's what's happening. And tutaongelea about hizo planet zingine baadaye, but Jupiter half yake ni baridi sana na half yake ni jua, ni joto. So it's because yeye ni mkubwa, yeye ana protect any flying objects, comets, meteorites, any kind of scud, because huwa zinakuja sana. They always hit Jupiter from the other side, because yeye ina absorb hizo, ina protect, yani zisikuje kuchapa hizi the inner planets. The inner planets are very small in sizes. If you look at Mercury, angalia watu wa Mercury, watoto wake, angalia Kalenjins, kidogo si wanono sana, ngatu slim, mofara nini, but very intelligent people. Because Mercury ndio sasa unapata Hermes. That's the name, Hermes. That's why I get my name, Hermes. He currently resides in Kenya. For those who know what Roman and Greek mythology and religion says. And I'll explain that later on, but for now just know that Kenya is a very crucial land because it's where the gods reside. But the favorite children of God who are wanaishi Kenya and Angola. Kenya and Angola are strategic and very important countries in the whole world. Kenya and Angola, spiritually, Kenya and Angola are the most important countries in the fucking world. Let me not lie to you. Ask any Catholic, ask any Freemason, ask any Illuminati. They'll tell you this. So if you're a Kenyan, value your country very much. Mali unakanyaga. Countries can go to war because of Kenya. That's why you should really, really, really love and respect the president. President Ruto now, I've told you, because of his kimbia, who in charge of Chapa, he's a marathoner. His community, wengi wanakimbianga, si ndio? Another good thing about this guy, Hermes, ni kuwa he's also the god of, what do you call it? Pathways. Short journeys, pathways, mabarabara. Unataka kuwa na safe journey. Whom do you worship? Jesus Christ. Unamwambia kwanza mkuu wa majeshi. Because the word army also comes from the word Hermes. Hermes invented army. So if you're the air army ama land army, Kenya army ama Kenya Air Force, wewe baba yako ni nani? Ni Hermes. Ndio unaona symbol yake ni eagle ama mabawa. Skinny people who can fly. Si mtu mnaona ndege kujua taxirani. People who can fly jets are light people, light bombs. So that's why Somalis make very good Kenya Air Force officers. In 1982, when Moi was about to be toppled, the coup, if you remember the coup, who saved his ass? Moi was a Hermes, because he's a Kalenjin. He has a rungu. That's a symbol of Hermes. Hermes symbol like in a rungu. It's called a caduceus, which was given to him by his half brother, the sun. Sasa ndio maana unaona mahali Mudavadi anaenda, you'll never miss to see a Kalenjin or a Maasai there. A Kalenjin specifically, because during Moi, Moi knew, I am the one in charge of the wallet, because that's the president. I'm the one in charge of finance. That's Hermes. That's Mercury. Mercury is the one, silver, is the one in charge of, Mercury is the one in charge of Mula. The Kibeti, hata symbol yake ni Kibeti, wallet, pass. But, the giver of that wallet is who? A Bantu, or the sun, the giver of food. Gold comes from the sun. So gold is money. If you want to define money, pesa money, tuko hapa because of money. Pesa money, if you want to define what pesa money is, you need to involve the sun in that story, because he is the giver of gold. Gold ni cash. Cash is what? Money is time times energy. Who's the giver of energy? The sun. It's the sun that carbonizes everything. Hizi mamimea zikikufa, they turn into makaa ama mafuta because of the sun. The heat from the sun. So it's the giver of everything. So, hiyo rungu ilipewa huyu Hermes, the sun, alipomuibia ng'ombe. So, kuibiwa ng'ombe si kitu mgeni kwa Hermes. Anybody who likes to keep mang'ombe, utapata anapenda kuiba ng'ombe sana. They stole from her the Apollo akakasirika, baadaye akakuwa nini marafiki na huyo Hermes, alimuenjoy. Is a trickster. He's also a god of tricksters. Kwa poa sana na mdomo tamu. Haya, pia is the god of pathways, the god of who? He has many qualities, man. The god of messengers, heralds, army. Is the god of air and land. Nimekwambia yeye na Apollo. Mahali Mdavadi anaenda utaona Moi. Kama mahali Moi anaenda Mdavadi. Kama mahali Ruto anaenda. You can't go anywhere without Mdavadi, by the way. There couldn't be any Goldenberg story. Goldenberg was not a scandal, let me tell you that. Goldenberg was real gold. It wasn't a scandal. There could never be Goldenberg without Maragoli. Marigold. Amara is a flat place that gold fell. Marigold. Eagle is gold. So you can't go anywhere without a Maragoli. I'm not saying that because it's my half-tribe. But that's a fact. They are the Abraham's children. I mean, the gold people. Transmara people are silver people. Ndio maana unasikia mtu wa Transmara akisema utakuwa president, you will be a president. That MP Ngeno anasumbuaga because he knows he's privileged. He's a child of God. They're very feared. Hata mzungu, ushasikia mzungu anasumbua Mtransmara, ati mtu anaibia Mtransmara ng'ombe. If they say where you will be the president, you will be the president. When they said Ruto will be the president, I knew that was the Hamis wamechagua. They choose the Hamis. Transmara, Marigold, those are two people that you really need to. Anybody that comes from Mara, the word Mara. Mkoa Mara, TZ, Masai Mara, Transmara, Marigold. So Mdavadi is very crucial because he's the giver of the gold, because he's the sun. The other name, is it Hindu? Hindu name for the sun actually is Buddha. If you know the shape of Buddha, Buddhism, unajua kijua venye Buddha anafanana na katumbo kake. Kumwambia Buddha kaa hapa, niwaambie Mdavadi akae hapa. I swear those are twins, because that's one and the same person. It's made of gold because the gold comes from the sun. And they all report to one entity, God. Yeah, so I've told you. So, you African girl, you're my target. Sana sana nitakuwa naongea stories zangu, lakini wewe tunajua kila mtu ni wewe tu. We all sing for you. We act movies for you. We do everything for you. I'm also here for you. Because wewe stand the deciding factor. Because in these planets, mekisoma hizo planets, ama the sons of God, ama children of God, katikati, huku kuna wale wana disobey nani? God. Na kuna wenye wana obey God. That's the whole entity, the whole story of hiyo pale tunaenda na hii story yangu yote. To understand money, you need to understand pesa. Money ni half of the children of God, the planets, disobey ama go against the God's will. And half of them will go or obey his rules or orders. So nimekumentionia zenye zina obey up to Jupiter. So any planet yenye inapokea mwangaza, ya mwisho ni Jupiter. Mwangaza wa jua bila tashwishi. Those are the children of God, the chosen. Nani wase wenye wanamulikwa na nisiseme hivyo wale wanikasirikie. Wanamulikwa na jua. The other ones they also believe in God, by the way. But wanatoa option, wanasema hey, unaweza kosa kumsikiza. They called the liberals. The liberated ones. Wale nyomeji, waliona kama hii ni prison yani, kukaa chini ya God nini. Yes, he gives gold, anapeana energy nini, but unafuata rules. Because what is to worship God? Follow some bunch of laws. Bible yote ni law. Moses anaongeleka tu law. Law is good. Without law you can't be anything. So DM Kenya, hapa kwa pesa mane tutafuata tu some little laws. Na law number 1 yenye muende nayo tuko Bible ni one verse, Romans chapter 13. Kwanza venye nilikuwa na praying tu Ruto akwe president. I used to campaign a lot verbally. I didn't have any cash, but I used to campaign, push, meet anybody criticizing him. I would use anything and any word to change his mind, because I love Hermes. I love Ruto. Ruto is the king of Hermes. Yeye ni mkubwa wetu yani. Who is a Hermes? I've told you Hermes ni watoto wa Mercury. Mercury ni planet ya kwanza ya mbio, very small. Ananga time. Ako hapa ako pale. Symbolically nakoga ni jamaa ako na wings kwa helmet na ako na wings kwa mguu. Hermes, Mercury. kwa wale wamesoma hizi comic books, kama umewatch Flash, there's a comic guy called Flash. Flash is a very good example of a Hermes or Mercury. So the wings make him very, very fast, make him go very fast. He'll be here or there tomorrow. And he'll be everywhere. He's omnipresent. Ako hapa, ako pale. It's because of the wings. That's why he's a messenger. All other gods use him to communicate. But zingine yeye mbaya mbaya huwa anakataa, because he's like, I want to protect. He's the only god who loves humanity. Hermes, ama Mercury, is the only god that loves humanity. Anapenda humans sana. Many times wale gods washai vote humanity yaribiwe, but yeye anaamka anasema anawatrick. Actually he tricks them, because he's the god of tricksters, god of thieves. By the way, hakuna binadamu si mwizi. Hii kitu mnapiga manduzo zote corruption. Shit, fuck you man. Corruption is politics and religion. And where the moment wale rebel to pale heaven, that is how corruption began. Because now you can't rebel someone without giving them incentives. The end of corruption. So stealing equal, but why are you stealing and at what ratio? You know, determine what corruption is. Where else to begin manduru hapa? So the god of thieves, tricksters, rich people, the god of pathways, the god of messengers, the god of from the Wikipedia straight up. See at me fabricate hapa. You're my favorite man, Mercury man. What are your qualities? This guy has qualities. You know what? Listen up. He's the fourth, therefore symbolizing communication. Mercury, Hermes represents communication. Nene kona share Safaricom ya 400,000. Ni Ruto ama si Ruto? He symbolizes communication. Yani when he's having communication under him, everything just flows. Yani. Intelligence, so good. He's everywhere, at every time. That's our president. Mercury also has some elegance. Kama mshayona Ababu na Mwamba's. Have you seen Ababu na Mwamba's swag? Yeah, because of the elegance. Now back to the other qualities. Mercury is associated with the nervous system, the brain, respiratory system. Saskia, Mercury represents the principles of communication, mentality, thinking patterns, rationality, reasoning, adaptability, and variability. Mercury governs schooling and education. Alafu mnasema Ruto apendi Kenya. Hermes, he likes running. Akichelewaga meeting anakimbia to the helicopter very fast, because his feet asipokimbia atapuruka. Just like Jesus walked on the water, because people usually say he reincarnated as Hermes. Hermes is mentioned in the Bible. People usually ask him, hey Jesus, when do you Hermes? Because you walked on the water. Hermes has wings on his feet. He's the only one who can do that. Anapenda tricks pia. Yeah. So Hermes is in charge of environment, neighbors, siblings, cousins. Yani bila yeye, there's no relationship kwa family. Makuzo wanatawanyika, aunties wanatawanyika, siblings, neighbors. He is the one who can unite. Bila yeye mkimkasirikia, neighborhood na kwa mbaya. Kasirisha Ruto uone. He's in charge of transport and over short distances. He's in charge of messages and forms of communication. Yoni sino kuambia Safaricom iko poa juu Ruto ako huko. Communication such as post, email and telephone, newspapers, journalism and writing, information gathering skills. So good at gathering skills, information gathering skills. So those are the qualities of this guy. He's so all-rounded. Not as Jamaliza. Hermes has some very good qualities. He's the motherfucker of all motherfuckers. Yeah. So after every generation, the new generation that occupies the earth will inakuwa possessed na hizi spirits. So at the moment, I've told you Kenya is the Hamisi land, is where Hermes was born. And I'll tell you why in other chapters. Kenya is the most important place because of Hermes. Where Hermes is where other gods will be surrounded. Because yeye ana communicate. Where he lives, nyinyi mnakuja anawaambia venye imeenda. Binadamu amesema hivi. He has the ability kwenda hell na kurudi. Anaweza enda huku arudi. In any realm. Kama ni heaven, kama ni hell, kama ni katikati, kama ni pandemonium, penye shetani anaishi. Shetani has a place called pandemonium. Hiyo ndio kingdom yake. Pandemonium, he can go and come back. He can communicate with anybody. If you die, he's the one who's taking you. Hermes anakupelekanga, by the way, to hell. asipofuka ni hata kurudisha. So he has so many qualities. So that's why I'm called Omudi the Hamis, because my constituency is Hamisi. Hamisi is in Vihiga County, you know. Yeah, straight up from Nashuka hapo Cheptulu naingia huko ndani. So Hamisi is a Hamis, you know, the word Hamisi. Hamisi is Swahili word for Hamis. So Hamis resides. He was born in Hamisi, but he doesn't live there. He resides, he lives in Rongai. Anywhere, mahali panaitwa Rongai, Rongai Nakuru, Rongai ile Kajiado. Rongai, Ngai means God. Huh? That is where Hamis atapatikana. And you'll know that because of the two things that make Kenya and Angola to be special when it comes to religion, which is the tree behind me, the acacia tree, or that species, or those species. Acacia has around 3,000 species. So those species zote, acacia tree, the most important tree in religion. Acacia. Another thing, the antelopes. So those two things, very crucial. You can't define religion without those two things. They're the communicators of spirit and man. Huh? Yeah. Isn't your... Alafu Hamis loves acacia. He sits near it. He does everything around acacia. Acacia is a very beautiful tree. Napenda maji sana. Because ukisoma kwa Wikipedia hapa mwisho. In fact, hapo kwa qualities zake za elegance, nini. There's a word I forgot to tell you, very important. In Chinese astrology, Mercury represents water. Yeah? Mercury represents water, the fourth element. Governed by water. Mercury is governed by water. So shida kubwa ya Mercury, ya mtu wa Mercury inakuwa ni maji. They fight over water because that's what governs them. But who owns water? Who is water? Water is now number 8. Number 8 is Neptune. Neptune is the one in charge of water. Kutaka kuguza maji, lazima Neptune aongee. So that's it with planets. I will talk more as we go. But tumeanza na Hamis, tumefika kwa Venus. Venus is an African girl. Afro means a woman with kinky hair. Black woman with kinky hair. So that's an Afro girl. Yeye ni nyege because of the proximity to us, to Mercury. Na Bantus. Bantus sasa ni Ujua. Nilot na Kushite wanakuwa ni Mercury. Alafu from there Venus. Venus sasa ni African girl. Any awe Mkikuyu, awe ndio maana unasikia Kenya msichana Mwafrika has no culture. Kwa sababu Mercury ni Mercury na mila zake. Venus ni Venus. Penye anaenda kuolewa na anafuata mila huko. Bila hiyo hana mila, usimukalie chochote. She can do whatever she fucking wants because hana, you'll just beat her for nothing. Hana hata juu anafaa kuwa nayo. She doesn't. She came later on. Alizaliwa after kutungiwa ashazaliwa wote. Alitokea tu kwa maji. So anapenda maji sana. That's why a young African girl will like anything with blue color. Water, anywhere near water is a weakness to them. Because that's why they love Neptune. Ukisikia watu wanapenda maji, ama the people, water people, watu kula fish. Akiongea msichana na cheesy sana. Because it's the association with water. They love fantasy. Water is fantasy. Neptune is the god of fantasy, illusions, magic. Neptune, god wake anaitwa Poseidon. Hamis huku kwa ni Poseidon. He can make you believe in everything, anything. Na atakuletea uone, but ni illusion, ni magic. Fanya hivyo unapata ni moshi. Because water is, if you want to see your illusion, your reflection, utaangalia maji, but tunex za chezo unashangaa, kwani hawa nakaje kama ghost nini. You can do magic with water. You can even see your relatives away kwa mbali through water. Water is ya kufanya illusion na magic. So ladies love water because they came from the water. When one of the gods was being alikastratiwa, hana dick, alikatwa njwanga, hiyo damu ilimwagika kwa maji, Venus akazaliwa. Wow. In a very miraculous way, yeah? So Venus is an Afro girl, very horny, very curious, anakuwaga na hamu ya kuhanya. Curiosity inamfanya na anybody. Hata ajuagi, they love, that's what, the curiosity. But akishazaa ana relax, sasa anakuwa Maria, Earth. Sasa anazaa. shazaa. Before azae, the sex that a Venus feels ni different na sex yenye mtu amezana undergo. Very different. You can only experience it at menopause ama before uzae. Hivyo tu. Your sex. It's a very different kind of feeling. So Venus is very crucial because yeye ana balance sasa. The planets were fighting. There was only one woman, the moon. Akafanya makosa, akanyang'anywa uterus, ikapatiwa Maria, a second woman. Maria sasa ni mama yetu sasa, Mwafrika. Maria sasa ndiye ako nayo. Na Maria before kuwe Maria lazima ukue Venus. Walileta hapo hivyo walileta Venus kama democracy. In fact, democracy is a woman. Musemaga hivyo. Yeah, democracy is a black woman. That's the true definition of democracy. Because uterus ni moja, Mungu alitengeneza only one uterus. Alitengeneza wase wengi, akatengeneza masons kadhaa na deki. Wengine akutengeneza na deki. Alitengeneza tu Hermes na Sun deki na China. China alipatia deki ndogo sana, kuza kwa number 4. But Venus akaletwa juu hawa anapigania uterus sasa. Huyu mlami moon anataka uterus yake. Maria anakamkwamilia. Akizaa watoi huyu anakula, anaua. So tuko nauliwa kwa sababu ya wivu, ule haezi. So ndio kaleta Venus. Wakasema Venus sasa ndio democracy. Akiqualify kukuwa Maria, akisema mimi nachagua family, she'll be a Maria. So of course ako na bwana, anazaa nini, analea watoto. But huyu pia anataka kulea watoto. But ndio kwa huku sababu alinyima uterus, huyu unakuwa uterus wake. Unakuwa nini? Hauzai, hauna hata chali. You refuse to choose mtoto wa God. You refuse to choose Bantu man ama Nilot man ama Cushitic man. Unakuwa lele. Once you become lele, it means you've chosen the moon and not the earth. Na hiyo moon pia iko mara mbili. Yani we have two mothers, the earth and the moon. But the moon is also two in one. Possessed by a spirit. It used to be pure. But half of the moon is total darkness. Now this total darkness is what works for the other sons of God, the demons that were denied what? Happiness. They can't create. Hawezi dinyanga, hawana tiki. So they use the dark side. Now the demon that possessed the moon, the Lilith demon. Lilith is a demon. Ukishasikia jina Lilith, ama ile yenye balike ikadanganya Eve. Eve now ndio Venus. Sasa it's her who decides, I want to follow huyu ama I want to follow huyu Mwarabu. Ona navaa sasa buibui. Because the moon is a mother, but a mother to two races. Mwarabu na mzungu. Sasa mlami ndio Lilith, the demon. But the bright side, that's the mother of another, the light side, the light skin, very fair skin. That's why you see countries like Turkey, unaona iko na crescent, because that's the moon. But the bright side, the crescent side. So to see her, you have to also see the dark side. There's no other way, because ni usiku tu. Because she was possessed. The side of the moon that is permanently dark. That's how life is. Sasa huwa ni race kati hawa watoto watatu hawa. Mama Mwafrika Maria, the mother earth, who is currently the giver of life, the maker of life. Si anapewa nguvu na the sun na Hermes, alafu yeye anazaa. That's how life is. So that's how Pesamani will be defining life. Nikikuelezea venye unafaa kumake ganzi, ama mimi pia unisaidie kumake ganzi, but in those lines, and why you should respect the president. So ukiangalia huyu utajua, this guy is this race represented by this religion because of this planet. These guys are Kalenjin ama Masai. Masai anarukaruka akienda juu. They like jumping. Even white people love seeing them. They come to watch the Masais going up and down, jumping up. Why? It's because of their feet. Their feet have some magical wings. Hermes akona watoto wake akona wings kama yeye. He can come up and down. He can fly. He's in spirit form. It's democracy. See, now he used to come and be physical and manifest. But now he kept on being killed. Sasa akasema tu, wacha basi ni come through inside watoto wangu. Any child of mine that will call my name, I shall come. Because I am in them and they in me. That's what the Bible says about these messengers. Kisema tu saizi, Jesus Christ, be in me. That Jesus will possess you immediately because you're already him. kama ni Hamis, kama ni nani, if you're a Bantu, that's why you see kunakuwa na difference kati ya Mbantu na Kushite ama Mnilot. Uliza Mnilot na Kushite zinafanana. Angalia Mkalenjin akisimama hapa na Msomali, utaona some similarities, sharp nose, skinny, slender, nini, runners, they run a lot. So that's how it goes. Once you understand that, you'll understand life. And that's it for today. The 13th day, World Radio Day. Subscribe. Yani hata wewe usipige manduru, support yako tu ni kusubscribe tu, ndio tukue kwa the same path. Sasa story ya kwanza hii imekuwa ni about hugs and planets. Those planets ita define why we need to respect our government, our heads of states. Ukisikia Mdavadi anaongea unaheshimu, unajua huyu ni this is the sun talking. Jua. Ukisikia another Bantu, because he has brothers pia, he has children too pia. Mdavadi ako na siblings. There's Kikuyu hapa, Maragoli, Kikuyu, Taita. There's the Bungoma people, the Bukusus. Those are great children of the sun. So that's why pia kuna competition. Nasikia Mdavadi na Rigathi Gachagua wanavutana because they want to see nani spokesman who represents our heavenly children of the gods. So that's what happens. So we have an almighty God. We all worship him. But you must also understand how the planets affect how we live on this planet, this culture, these continents, these races. Unasikia racism, what zote zinakontroliwa na huko juu. Nitaelezea tukiendanga. Ubarikiwe sana, tukutane siku nyingine. God bless you. I love you so much. Hapa ni Pesa Money. We'll be talking about how to get money permanently. Sio ati leo naangukia kaganzi alafu ya lost. It's about kutafuta ganzi na tuone venye tunai-retain. Thank you very much Mkenya. Uwe na maisha poa. Life itakuwa fiti, usi give up. Life ni fiti.